What's going on, guys? Welcome to my first video. So today we've just finished a massive day of filming. Today we got the honour to work on the Lotus Esprit. So a little bit more about that before before we continue with the video. Lotus Esprit. It's a 1990 Lotus Esprit, Peter Stevenson's. It's a 2.2 litre turbo. So pretty much backstory with it. My father and I picked up this car. It had a blower motor. So we decided, yeah, you know what, we're going to risk it to get the biscuit. It was very dirty. The engine bay's been pretty filthy. This video, the video that we made today, the footage that we got today, is all about cleaning that engine bay. So clean the engine bay, preparing it for, well, the new engine to go back in. So we took our engine to an engineer, got them to repair the engine. The engine's sitting in the workshop currently under wraps. So we got them to clean up the engine, to rebuild the engine. Phenomenal job. Now we're just filming to get it back in. So we're just pushing to get it back in. We've cleaned up the engine bay, cleaned up the gearbox, ready for it to go back in. We've still got a few things left to do, but that'll be in the next set of videos. So welcome, guys. Sit back, relax, and if you like today's video, please give us a like and a follow. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in a minute. Story time. So when this engine blew up, well, it left oil everywhere, and of course that is a job for us to clean. So what are we using today to clean that? Straight degreaser. So pretty much we went out, we bought just degreaser that you can mix up to dilute it into a good mix to clean just basic parts, or you can leave it straight. We're just using straight degreaser to clean the engine bay as well as the gearbox today. But this car had a major engine failure, so we had to pull it out, get it rebuilt, all the fun stuff. Now we've got the engine back, but we've just got to prep everything for, we've got to put the engine bay to go back together. So we're going to marry the gearbox with the engine in the next video. We're going to get the engine ready to go in, make sure the aircon, the condenser and everything's done with it. But for this video, we're just giving you a bit of a backstory as to what's going on with the Lotus, as well as a bit of an introductory into the Lotus. So this one is a bit of a boring video, the next ones will be a lot better. But this one here is definitely a boring video, just because we're getting the backstory of the Lotus out to you guys and exactly what we're doing with it. So here we are with the gearbox, guys, and you can tell this is quite dirty. So again, we're just using our straight degreaser mix. We're not going anything too fancy, it's just straight degreaser to get this gearbox cleaned up. Now, This car is a mid-engine car, so obviously the gearbox looks a bit different to other gearboxes, but you can definitely see where the drive shafts come out of the box, and it's actually quite interesting how these gearboxes work to get the power to the wheels. So this is what pairs up to the 4-cylinder motor that we got, and I have to say it did come up quite clean. Later on in the video you'll see my father, who puts his head inside the video to have a look at the gearbox. That's just a tick of approval. He's just making sure that the job's getting done right, and I applaud him for it. And well, with his satisfaction of how the gearbox came up and the engine bay came up, we can move on. So here we are pushing the car back into the workshop, and well, this is a very light car at the moment because it doesn't have an engine and gearbox with it. But even with the engine and gearbox in it and everything back on, these cars only weigh about 1200 kilos. It's very surprising how light they actually are. Without the motor and box in it, it's currently weighing at about, I'd say about 900. You know, that's just a very good guess, but you know, it's very light to push. So here we are, my dad's driving the car. You know, he loves driving this thing. It's his first drive actually today. Here we have the clean gearbox. Obviously there's still a couple of things left to do to it before we put it back together. And here we have the tick of approval from my father, who absolutely adores these cars. We actually own a few Lotuses, and this is one of them. Now in the next video you'll get to see us respraying what we call the fuel transfer pipe. So we have 2 fuel tanks in this car. We have to respray this and respray the gear linkage, and yeah, you know, do all the engine work. So please catch up for the next video by liking and subscribing. Thanks guys.